So we have a classic Star Wars Legion leak. It comes from the French Asmodee website because that's how we get all of our information these days, and it is the crashed X-Wing Battlefield expansion. Now there's not going to be too much to say about this because we don't actually know what it contains in terms of rules and that kind of thing, but it's interesting nonetheless, so we're going to take a quick look at it, right? So it's pretty simple in how it is. It sort of reminds me of a lot of like homemade terrain. A lot of people will buy like a scale model ship and then they'll sort of put it on bases, maybe have it in sand or whatever. And in this case, it looks like they've based it in snow. I don't think you necessarily have to base it in snow, but obviously the trooper that seems to come with it is a Hoth trooper, so that makes sense. So let's talk about the key things first. Immediately obvious is that it's actually several pieces of terrain. Now these are not going to be like optional, they're going to probably be like plastic bits of basing, so you won't be able to like take them off very easily unless you're like incredibly skilled, I guess, right? And then the second question there is really like, who or what is this little miniature? Well, there's a little bit of a hint that it appears to be this lady. Now, I don't know who that lady is. It could just be that this is like a vital assets person, as in they're not really related too much to the game and you won't need them in competitive or match play or something like that. Or it could be more along the lines of the crashed escape pod or whatever it's called with the C-3PO and R2-D2. I sort of suspect the former because looking at how much this would cost and the fact that it's actually sort of like 4 terrain pieces, if you will, I can imagine this being quite expensive, and I don't necessarily believe that they would put like a lot of rules behind, like important rules behind something that's going to be slightly expensive. So that's sort of my guess, that it's more like vital assets, but who knows. The actual terrain itself, I have to say, it looks amazing. You know what I mean? The detail and all that kind of stuff. It is, as you would expect from Atomic Mass games these days. It looks pretty damn great. And these two images are pretty much the same thing. I don't know why, it's just from a different angle. And there's a dog barking now. I don't know why, because it's literally 11 p.m. at night. But it is what it is. But yeah, there you can see it all looks great. This character, don't really know who it is. As we say, we don't really know what they're going to be. I wouldn't mind if they put like the generic officer in there again. I think that would be like pretty cool to see, but it's obviously supposed to represent the actual pirate. So how would that work in terms of Legion if it was a character that actually had rules? Well, I don't know. Hopefully, I think, and probably likely it will be more of a scenario. But this is AMG, you never know, anything crazy could happen. Obviously, we have no idea about the release dates. And we've obviously seen the Outer Rim as well, terrain pack, which was leaked, but that was just leaked in terms of name. This is actually leaked in terms of images. I don't know when they're going to reveal this, but probably soon. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff being released at the minute or announced. New trailers for The Mandalorian, Andor, and all that kind of stuff. Not sure why that is. It sort of feels like it's related to Disney Plus, but you know, that's something that's happening. So maybe, even though this is leaked, maybe it's not like a big leak, maybe it's sort of a planned marketing thing in a moment. No, I'm not saying they actually intentionally leaked that, but what I am saying is that maybe we're going to see a lot more information soon. There's not really much more to say on this, I don't think, so I will bid you a farewell. Let me know your thoughts on this terrain piece. How much do you reckon it'll be? That'll be an interesting question. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, have a most beautiful day, goodbye. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Press end.